Hi everybody, Linda Carroll here from my studio, and today I'm taking a little bit of a break from working on filling the Collage Magic boxes, subscription boxes. If you look behind me, you can see one of the boxes up here on top of this massive pile of magazines and books that I've been harvesting for this particular subscription box. But today I'm going to do a collage. I've been harvesting images from National Geographic magazines, and I found one yesterday that just captivated my heart. And I thought I have to do a collage with this picture. And so today I'm going to be doing a surreal collage. I'm thinking it'll be something very dreamy, very surreal, very otherworldly. And I have the picture, I have some other images that I've cut out, and I'm going to see exactly how all of these things come together. So I'm going to switch the camera around. I hope you'll stay with me, and I'm going to make some collage magic. See you in just a minute. Okay, this is the image that I found yesterday that captivated my imagination. And if you can see, this tree and tree roots reaching out to the sides of the picture, and this little child sitting on the roots and just contemplating life, I think. There's a river running near him, and it's just, to me, a very serene, dreamy kind of image that I just fell in love with, and I really wanted to create something using this image. So I started pulling some other things that seemed to speak to this image, and I found this very, very dreamy looking castle, and this almost looks like a painting. But it is indeed a photograph from National Geographic. I think this is from a magazine back in the 70s. And you'll notice, if you look closely, that these images from the 70s are much grainier than, let's say, this image. So that one. And then this morning, I was looking through more magazines, and I found these images. And look at this rabbit. It just, to me, looks not real. It looks very surreal in this photograph. And this moth as well. And then this spidery looking creature getting ready to, looks like, enfold this tree frog in its legs. And then I found this dragonfly, which dragonflies always are magical to me, and I love this background too. This is a picture of the Little Sur Valley in California. If you've ever driven down through Big Sur, you know that the hills are magnificent, and you might think this is sky in the background, but it's actually ocean back here. So it kind of turns things kind of upside down perspective wise, but I love that. And then I found these salmon. Now this is from a book, I believe, about national parks, but I found this salmon, and then these salmon, and I really wanted to use those in some way. And then I saw this puffin, and he was just too funny, so I pulled him. And then I found this mushroom that was on one of my pages, one of my collage pages, and also this mermaid tail. Let me find my little boy. Here he is. Okay, I just love this piece. The only thing I don't really like about it is the river area, probably because it's not very well defined. So I'm going to go in and just roughly cut around this greenery at the bottom. I would imagine this is watercress. And let's see. It seems I've been just immersed in the collage world for years now, but specifically for the last couple of weeks, because I've been working so hard and thinking so much about things that I'll be sharing with you in the subscription box. I have the first box almost totally filled, and I've had such a great time sourcing materials from magazines and books and my own stash, and things that provide a lot of texture. I rolled Braille pages the other day, and I had a lot of fun doing that. It was a very tactile experience. Okay, there's and we still have this dreaminess here, and I know I want to use this castle, and the greenery here kind of works with the greenery that I left. Now, at first when I saw this, I thought, oh, this would make a great background. But I went, no, what you would end up doing is losing too much of the image. So I thought, well, what I'm going to do is see if I can use this in the foreground of the collage and see what happens when I do that. So how's everybody doing? Are you ready for the endings of summer, or in some places the endings of winter? I know today has been the first day that I really felt like I could go outside without getting an instant sunburn. It was beautiful out. It's like in the 70s. Low humidity, which is a first for probably the past number of weeks. The hurricane went around us, although we did have torrential rains and a little bit of wind. Not bad though. So I was safe and sound in my studio. And it's really, I know we really needed the rain. So let's see where I want to go with this. I think I'm going to follow this natural line back here. Have you been collaging? We had company for 2 weeks. Okay. So here's this little boy now. with this kind of magical scene in the foreground. And I really like that. You know, and I like the way that I have this perspective that is kind of topsy-turvy, because this looks like it should be in the distance, but it's up front here in the picture, in the collage. And I kind of like that. And I have to use this rabbit. Let's see. I think I'm gonna leave some greenery around him too. He kind of has a kind of an Alice in Wonderland look to him, I think. And I love this dragonfly, but I'm not sure how he's going to work in this particular collage. Okay, I'm feeling like this could be really too confusing up in this area. So I don't really want to do it, but I think I need to trim some of this background out in here. And I don't know that I need this branch, but I'm going to leave it on for now. I'm just kind of following intuitively along these this greenery. I really don't want to lose the lines and the details and the texture of the roots of this tree at this time. Okay. Now, I think I might want to add some of the Big Sur coastline. I know I dream about that a lot, having lived there for a number of years. Still miss it. Okay, that's much better. Much better. Let's see what happens when we cut this dragonfly out. If I have enough contrast to make him stand out. He's probably going to stand out best up in that area of the collage. Now, even though I cut the tail off of this salmon, I would not throw it away by any means, because I can use that. I can still use it. It's still very usable as part of a fish in a collage, or because I like to overlap most things in a collage, I would definitely keep that. It'd be easy to cover up the place that is torn or cut out. This type of collage I call a story or narrative collage. It is a surreal collage. It's the way it's laid out. It's obviously beyond reality, if in no other way than the perspective and the different sizes of images that I'm using in the collage are out of perspective. I like my collages to tell a story and have meaning if I'm working in this particular style, which I do often. But lately I've kind of been yearning to maybe grunge things up a little bit. But the graphic designer in me just has a fit when I start talking about that. Okay, here the fish is definitely in conversation with the rabbits. We could put him down here to cover up this man walking in the field, but you know, I kind of like him down here. The perspective of him walking through the field and I'm trying to find where he would present himself in the best way. He's too close to the rabbit there. Let's see, Mr. Rabbit. I'm going to move you over a little bit. Maybe. You know, and at this point, you just play with these images. Now see, I don't like the fact that these are kind of on the same plane at all. That might be okay. I do like that he kind of disappears up here into the roots. It kind of makes the salmon and the tree one. Let's see what else we have here. Now I like this fact that I have the red in the fish, I have the red in the sweater of the man down here, and if I put this in, I'll have the red of the mushroom, which should, design-wise, work really well. You've heard of the rule of 3, correct? And using 3 images or 3 colors or 3 different images that are the same in a painting or a collage gives unity to the work. And where would he have to go? I think he'd have to go down here by the bunny. I don't want to cover up my bunny. This is a really big. Oh. Well, that might work. If I tilt the bunny a little bit. I kind of like that. So I like this triangle here. A lot. Let's see what else we have. I do think we need some more contrast in here. Okay. I kind of like the way he's eyeing up the sky over here. Walking across the field. And I don't like that limb over there. There's no reason for that to be there. So that's going away. Okay, and that really opens up the top of the collage. And my bunny moved over. And I kind of like that. Here. else do I want? Let me see. I think I need to look at some more mushrooms. Okay, I have my folders that I keep my fussy cuts in. And let's see if we can find anything in here that maybe we can add to this collage. And I also have some options for dragonflies here. Lots of options, and I have tons of images. Ooh, look at this one. It might be a little big. And I could just play all afternoon with these images. And I could turn this little man into a snail. Which I'm kind of liking. Let's put all of this goodness over here so you can see what I'm seeing. What do you think? I have to say, I really love the way everything is interplaying with the other pieces. You know, I have this fish is very similar in color to the background, so it kind of disappears into the background. The same with the rabbit. You know, it was telling me exactly where it wanted me to place it, so that the eye is tucked here in this part of the roots. And the same with this fish. His mouth is connected with that root. I like these touches of lighter colors from these shells in the background. And I like this little newt. He's very close to the colors of this shell. I could have him going off the page this way and then come back in over here. I really like the design and how everything is kind of focused on this little boy. And this little boy is being very introspective, kind of the gaze. Remember we talked about the gaze in an earlier video, where the gaze of the person in the piece of artwork is very important, as is the gaze of the person looking at this piece. You know, the gaze, he is kind of looking off into the distance, kind of in a daydreamy world, and the entire world around him is very daydreamy. You have fish flying through the air. You have a man who's a snail. Down here you have shells in the background that act as mountains. You have a bunny who's bigger than the little boy and the castle below it. And you have this wonderful, what I would call a wishing tree, with the roots above ground, reaching out, grasping for everything around it. And I think it's very magical in the way that it appears. I didn't really know how this was going to turn out. But I'm so glad that I spent much of my summer fussy cutting all of these images. I can see this as a beginning of a series in this magical world. Okay, I think I'm ready to start gluing this down. And I have some little white areas that I want to take care of. And I think I'm going to use my distress inks to take care of some of those edges. I'm going to start gluing these things down. Okay. Now I can glue the dragonfly. Kind of reminds me of one of those I Spy books. I know I used to read those to my nephew when he was really little. I love those. Okay, what do we think? Does it look kind of like a dreamy end of summer afternoon? And this little boy is sitting here in this little nook of the roots of the tree, and imagining what might be around the next corner for him, and dreaming of one day traveling and seeing all these wonderful creatures. Now, I love this area right here with this little boy, and you know, the jaws of the salmon are joining right into the roots of the tree, and this little rabbit is just nestled down here in this greenery, and you have to look really hard to see him. And it's you know, magical is the only word that I can come up with to, you know, really describe what I'm looking at here. And all of these background pieces would be the types of pieces that you'll find in the Collage Magic Vintage Paper and Ephemera box. I'm basically looking for these large pieces that you can layer for backgrounds, and then I will have a lot of smaller pieces like the head of the puffin or the snail or whatever that you can fussy cut yourself. I hope that you'll join me in collage, and also join the community who participate in the Collage Magic subscription boxes. There'll be a lot of fun. The box is bi-monthly. There will be plenty of pieces in there if you do collage, if you do junk journals, if you make journals, if you are a paper artist, paper craft artist, if you love to do glue books, it would be perfect for you. And if you receive a box and you know there might be some things in there that you don't use, please share them with a friend and you know, pass it along. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll be doing more of this type of videos from pieces from the boxes that will be going out in the mail. If you haven't signed up already, you have until September 3rd at midnight to join the wait list, and then the shopping cart will open to the public on September 5th. Now, if you join the wait list, you'll get a special downloadable bonus, and you'll be receiving that. I believe that goes out in an email on September 5th. Even if you don't purchase the box, you will still receive the this downloadable ephemera pack. And if indeed you decide to purchase the box, welcome to the community. And the boxes will be shipped by the 15th. The shopping cart's going to be open on the 5th. I hope you enjoy this, and join me again soon. I hope to see you again soon. Many blessings to you. Bye for now.